It is Thursday, May 14th. Watkanuradu Zuwego, Jodel Ronujats. Welcome to the Daily Task Force Update, coming live to you from beautiful downtown Kahnawake. Yesterday we talked a little bit about shopping. Well, today we're going to talk about the eventuality of shopping coming back to Kahnawake and business coming back to Kahnawake, work coming back to Kahnawake. And to bring the presentation to you is the Executive Director of the Kahnawake Memorial Hospital Center, Lisa Westaway. Lisa?
Hi. So today we're going to show you a little bit about the business packages. We want to show you how to get to them on the website so that you have a good idea about how we've organized documents so that you have access to them in order to prepare for your eventual reopening. So all of the documents are housed on the KMHC website. So it's covid-19.kmhc.ca, and so you'll see on your screen we are actually at the KMHC website right now. So if we want to go to our COVID-19 sub-website, I'll click on it. And that brings us to the COVID-19 KMHC hub. Again, just a reminder, this is where you find all the information that we have regarding COVID-19 information that's validated, up to date, and reliable. So this is a good place for you to go for basic information about COVID-19. And at the top of this website, we have a tab that's called Business Reopening. So if we click on this, it's going to bring us to the business page. Now, I'm giving this presentation for businesses, but in fact, what I would suggest is that each community member, oh, it's gone off. I would suggest, sorry, we're just going to reattach the laptop. We have a few issues. Oh, you want me to keep talking? Okay, so even though I'm asking businesses to look at this website, I think it's important that all community members look at this website as well, because you'll have an idea of what we're expecting from businesses, what you should expect from businesses, but it also is very good general information about how you can adapt your home or how you can adapt your living situation depending on where you might be. So this information is useful for anybody. So on the business, are we okay? Do you guys have it on the screen? Yes, okay. So the business preparation for reopening package, what we see on this page is an introduction and an important message here in red, and that's because we have one very important document that we expect all businesses to look at that gives you links to all of the important information. So I'm going to go directly to that document right now. It's called Inspection Services and Business Requirements. So if I click on that, it brings us to this main document. There is a section in this main document called COVID-19 Health and Safety Precautions Criteria. So on the left-hand side are the criteria, and basically this is a summary of all the expectations that businesses must put in place in order to ensure the safety of their employees, of their customers, of themselves, and of the community in general. So we highly recommend all of these elements to be put in place, and these are the elements that will be part of the checklist for the inspectors when they visit your business prior to your reopening. On the right-hand side are all the reference documents that will help you implement the criteria that's on the left-hand side. So we tried to make it as easy as possible so that you can just simply click on the reference document and it will bring you right to where you need to be. So I'll give you an example. The first one is that there should be a screening process implemented for signs and symptoms of COVID-19 for workers and customers. So that means that workers on a day-to-day basis must assess for signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Why are we asking for that? If you remember, one of the main criteria for success in business reopening is to ensure that we quickly identify people who are sick so that they stay home and they self-isolate so that we're not transmitting the virus at large throughout the place of employment. So if we go to the right to the reference document, exclusion of symptomatic workers from the workplace, if I click on that, there's a checklist that allows you to have information about what you should be doing. If I go back to the original document, there is also an employee symptom monitoring log. So we've created this monitoring log for you, and in fact, this is what we use, basically what we use at the hospital for our employees, what's used in many of our essential services right now. And this is what we're recommending that your employees complete every day before coming into work. So this is an example of how you can locate documents. So again, this page here, which is the opening page for businesses, it gives you a listing of all of the documents, and that this document here is a quick link to get to those documents. So I want to go back here for a second. So what we have in the total package are some introductory documents. You know, the community support model that we explained last week. I'll show it to you again. Remember, businesses have a responsibility to implement these adaptations in order to ensure safety across the board. And in order to provide support, we have local public health experts. These are nurses at KMHC who will be helping with contact tracing and self-isolation measures should you have any positive cases. And then we have the inspectors that will be also working with you to ensure safety of your workplace. We also, if we go back to the list, we have the business reopening listing by category. So this is important. We've received many phone calls. We showed this last week, but we've received many phone calls since about dates. So just a reminder that we have established June 1st as a date for reopening business, but this date is still highly tentative until we get closer to that date and we assess what's happening around us. So for now, that is the date, and we really urge you to look at these documents and start preparing so that you're ready prior to that date. If we go back, we see there are reference documents that are general. So all of these reference documents, workplace sanitary standards, exclusion of symptomatic workers from the workplace, physical distancing, hand hygiene, respiratory etiquette, sanitary environment, work-related psychosocial risks, daily checklists that you can use, all of these are very general and necessary for all businesses. But if we go further down the page, we have some documentation, and we didn't make this up. We've taken it from different sites that exist. We've validated the information. We've ensured that the information we're providing to you is reliable. And in this section, we have very specific, detailed information about each specific industry. So for example, retail, if I click on that, you'll really get some important information specifically about managing and adapting your work environment in the retail industry. So again, we have many different industries that are in that section. And again, as we get more information, we'll continue to update this site. And what is also important to note is that the documents on this site are subject to change depending on available information. So like everything related to COVID-19, it changes on a regular basis, and so our site will be updated as well. So what else do we have? We have quick links to all of the annexes that you find, and we have posters. So something that's really important for you as a business owner is to put up posters in your establishment. That's what we're asking you to do so that everybody is aware of the information that is important. So for example, we have basic posters here about hand hygiene. These can simply be printed from the website and posted up on your windows and walls. And all of the posters are here in order for you to access them easily. So we have do's and don'ts for wearing masks. And again, we have many other things that are on our regular COVID-19 website that you're very welcome to go through and come and take as you wish. There's no problem with that, but the information is all here for you to go through. So it's fine, we're good. I'm good, Justice, yeah. So that's basically the information that we wanted to share with you today. Again, the documents that are there at your disposal are important. many are required, and it will give you a good idea about what you need to do to prepare before the inspectors come and visit you. If the inspection, the document, the checklist that the inspectors will be using is also there, so it's very clear and easy for you to have an understanding of what you need to do. Should you have questions, you can call the inspectors at the public health number, and it's on the documents. Dewa Danizakta is also available to assist you should you require assistance. And for those who don't have access to the internet, that would be the best solution, is to contact Dewa Danizakta. And I guess that's all the information we have for today. Once you've tried out the site, if you do have comments or recommendations, we're very open to hearing about them so that we can improve the site and really make sure to meet your needs. So please share them on the Kahnawake 911 site so that we can make those adaptations. So thank you very much.
Right, thank you, Lisa. And if you haven't seen the site, it is, for a guy like me who's the most technically challenged of our entire communications team, even I can use it. It's really, really well designed. And also, I guess it should be said that for many businesses who aren't open, we're not all unfamiliar with the changes that have gone on in the world, and we see the businesses that are carrying on currently have made many adjustments so that they can continue to operate in a safe manner. So a lot of this is already in use, but for those who aren't in business right now or are closed down, this should really help you out. Again, you can find it at covid-19.kmhc.ca. It's actually up and running now. There will be a press release issued very shortly to give some more details on some of the stuff that you're hearing. But we'll also like to get Lloyd in here to just take this a little further and add a couple of updates to our normal proceedings here on the task force update. So once again, our Commissioner of Public Safety, Lloyd Phillips.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Lisa. And also, while I'm thanking people, certainly we have Robin Montour and Tracy Snow did a very good first draft of this information. We pulled in other people from Kahnawake Memorial Hospital Center, such as Leslie Walker-Rice and Mendy, and we put all this information together that helped us along to make sure we have a very complete package, as well as looking at the information we received last week from our economic group. Combined together, helped us put a package together that we hope is very informative and very helpful to you all. As well as Justice Poston Lahesh, who is our tech guy behind the scenes, who put all this together and make it look presentable online. Like Joe said, that's something that's certainly you never get from me. So thank everybody for helping us along, getting this information to the community. It's fairly comprehensive, and I know it took a couple more days than we anticipated, but we want to make sure that we get it as up to date as possible. And as Lisa mentioned, some information in there may be modified as things go on, because as she mentioned as well, COVID-19, there's still a lot of question marks on the progression of the virus. What some of the signs and symptoms in there may change over time, and the situation is still very fluid. A matter of fact, in the Montreal area, certainly the pandemic is not under control. They're still averaging 100 deaths per day, which today is no exception. It's up and down. Some days it may be 80, and other days it's up to 120. But it's on average, it's still around 100 people per day, which is certainly a lot of people. And you think of the impacts, throughout the area on family and friends of the loved one. Along those lines as well, Quebec had made a few announcements today. One was on the relaxation of measures on some outdoor activities, such as fishing and leisure activities outside, which again is some type of slight variation. Actually, in Kahnawake, we never took that step to say we're going to restrict outdoor activities. We just always push the fact of saying, maintain your physical distancing, your social distancing, abide by safe practices. But we actually encourage people to get outside, go for a walk, go for a jog, ride your bike, have exercise. Again, because getting outside in the fresh air and it makes people feel much better. Especially now, the weather is going to be very nice over the next few days. So we certainly encourage people to get outside, enjoy the sunshine, but obviously do it in a safe manner. And the physical distancing applies whether you're inside the house or whether you're outdoors. So do your best to enjoy yourself. I know for most people it's a long weekend coming up. Weather forecast is great, so keep those things in mind. As well as Quebec also mentioned today that they made the decision to not open any schools in the Greater Montreal area until the fall time. I'm glad to say that the Kahnawake COVID Task Force had the foresight and to see what things were going, and all the advice and input of the entire task force. The decision was made a few weeks ago that we're not going to be opening any Kahnawake schools. No, we're glad to see that the province is finally listening to Kahnawake and has officially closed schools in the Greater Montreal area until the fall time. Well, I say that somewhat jokingly, but at the same time, that is an example of how much research that we do and input we look at from Dr. Gauthier and other sites, and finding the best way forward and making the best decisions, again, that will suit the needs of our community. As much as we talk about reopening businesses, which again we're trying very hard to make a difficult decision on moving forward. We understand the economy is very important for our community, but we also have to keep in mind, the health and safety of our community still is the priority for everyone else. Also this weekend, it's a lot of people may be going up to Joe Rodo territory. For one, a couple of weeks ago, you may have heard that the checkpoints that were in the Laurentians are now officially taken down, but you have free access to and from Joe Rodo. But just again, a reminder, I know it's beautiful up there, and you feel a sense of freedom, but the measures that are currently in place in Kahnawake do also apply in Joe Rodo territory. Even though you're in the woods and you're enjoying the freedom, the virus has no boundaries. The virus could travel easily to Joe Rodo as it does throughout our community here in Kahnawake. So just keep that in mind when you're going up there. Enjoy yourself, have fun, but be safe. So with that, I'll see you tomorrow, and Kahnawake.
All right, thank you very much, Lloyd, talking about the freedom that we have here. There were a couple of changes, though, just to remind you, like, for example, the lacrosse rink is closed, the basketball court was closed, and the sports complex isn't operating, but you have freedom to move everywhere, and believe me, when I go for that walk in the evening, there's people everywhere enjoying themselves. If you're not feeling well, though, or you have symptoms, remember, isolate yourself, stay home, stay away from everyone. Just a couple of notes here. Again, mention for these important documents here, and the work that went into this was just tremendous. Also, Lloyd mentioned the people from the business community who helped develop this. He mentioned them in passing, but I know that they were very, very invested in this as well. The time was incredible. Hundreds of hours went into this, all with the right goal intended. So again, you can pick it up at covid-19.kmhc.ca. We are issuing a press release from the COVID Task Force presently in just a few minutes. There's a link on there. You can just click it, and it'll be simple. Also, just wanted to mention one final note regarding some information that's out there. And Dr. Gauthier actually wants as many people to see this as possible, and it's linked onto the COVID-19 KMHC site, and it's called Finding a Safe and Equitable COVID-19 Exit Strategy, which she would like people to take a look at. So do that if you get a chance. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. We'll be back tomorrow with the daily update, and we'll see you then. Be safe. Koa dano, onigiwahi.